time for The Pet Show with America's favorite pet expert, Warren Eckstein. Warren is the author of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want and How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want. He's here to answer all your pet and animal questions. And now, Warren Eckstein.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Warren Eckstein. Welcome to The Pet Show. Is your beagle acting a little belligerent? Are your felines behaving a bit freaky? Does your Dobie have you dumbfounded? Well, if you love animals, care about wildlife and the environment, and want to learn how to really understand your dogs, what they're thinking, and your cats almost as well as they understand you, if you're confused about your pet's behavior or just want to improve their lifestyle, you know what to do. Stay tuned because once again, right here, right now, it is time for The Pet Show. By the way, this is America's first and only real pet psychology, of course, pet training, understanding behavior, and pet lifestyle show. So hop up on my couch. Bring those furry little buddies with you, folks, because yes, it is that time once again to let the animal analyzing begin. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show. This is the place where we absolutely, positively, never ever a doubt about it, love, adore, and as I stress every single week, respect pets and animals as much as you do. By the way, if you'd like to join me on the Evergreen Pet Show family, if you want to find out why your dog is acting a little weird, he's humping everything in sight, your cat refuses to use the litter box, won't come when you call her, hates the new cat that moved into the house, scratched your favorite chair, you get the idea. That's what we do on this show, help you resolve any issues that you may possibly be having with your dog and cat, and a lot more likely, any issues your dog or cat may be having with you. And just a reminder, if you're a new listener to the show or a regular listener to the show, it makes no difference. I want to let everyone know, because of my amazing sponsors, everyone that calls in on today's show like normal and gets to talk to me live on the air will begin an absolutely amazing gift. You know by now it's not for you, it's for your dog or cat. And as I say every week, we're not giving away biscuits here. A lot of the items, thanks again to my amazing sponsors, are worth $25, $35, $45, even $50. So everyone that calls in and gets to talk to me live on the air will in fact get one of these fabulous gifts for their dog or cat. Great time to call me. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870 KRLA. That's 866-870 KRLA. Or if you're more into numbers, that's 866-870-5752, 866-870-5752. Great time to give me a call. As I said, everyone that gets through to me live will get a great gift for their dog or cat. I just love giving this stuff away because the items I give away are really such amazing items for your pet. So it's kind of a win for everybody. So again, the number is 866-870 KRLA, 866-870-5752. Okay, so here's the deal. Again, I have these great topics planned for today's show. Hopefully, I'll get to all of them. But as you know by now, your questions, your comments, your stories are always my priority. But some interesting topics on today's show. Let me share what I'd like to share with you guys. By the way, any of the topics I don't get to, you can immediately go after the show to my YouTube channel. We now have those posted there the minute I get off the air here. And if you want to subscribe to that channel, it's free. It's youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. But here's what I have planned for today's show. What does your dog really think about the way you smell? Now, I know you're not going to hear that anywhere else, but these are the things I think about. What is your dog? They're sniffing us constantly. What does your dog think of the way you really smell? A brand new study suggests that human smells linger in your dog's mind and can influence their feeling. The story coming up, we'll talk about that a little bit later as well. Also coming up, and I get this all the time, so I'm going to confront it right on. So why does your cat pee on poop on your stuff? You know they do it. You call me every week saying, Warren, look what my cat did. So why does your cat pee and poop on your stuff? Sure, accidents happen, but there's a really good chance let me tell you, this was no accident. So why? We got the answer coming up. And of course, I've been hearing from more listeners whose dogs are all of a sudden showing more signs of aggression. I think a lot of that has to do with confinement over the last couple of years. Now, I've talked about this before, but why are some dogs showing signs of aggressive behavior? I'll explain coming up a little bit later as well. Real important stuff. And you know what makes me crazy? You know, I work with shelters all year round, every day, constantly. 15, 20 different shelters contacting me. And so many dogs, and cats for that matter too, are turned into shelters because they're displaying some type of aggressive behavior. So automatically, oh, it's aggressive, let's bring them to the shelter. Then they bring them to the shelter and they get more aggressive. We'll talk about that a little bit later. If you have any opinion on that, please give me a call. I want to hear from you guys. You are part of this show. Again, that number, 866-870-KRLA. 866-870-5752. As always, plenty of time for your questions and comments. Lots of great pet stuff to give away. So, if your dog or cat happens to be chewing, jumping, maybe they're confused about the litter box, maybe that new rescued puppy isn't housebroken, poor guy's suffering with separation anxiety, your rescued cat is depressed, your dog is chasing anything that moves, hates some people, cat scratched your favorite chair, and your dog literally believes that anything he sees, whether it moves or not, it's his job to hump, give me a call. Again, that's what this show's all about. Helping you cope with your pets, but more than likely helping your pets cope with you. Again, that number, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. By the way, now's probably the best time to give the show a call because we get really socked in with phone calls as we progress. So again, that number, 866-870-5752. And you know, just the other day, I was talking to Molly and Willie. For those of people that you all know Molly and Willie, my rescues. 3.5 years I have Molly and Willie now. Came from a high-kill shelter. The most amazing dogs in the world. I'll fight over that. Anyway, Molly and Willie have happy words. There's really amazing happy words. If Denise says, Daddy's home, or if I say, hey boys, it's time to go out and hang in the garden. What is your dog or cat's favorite word? What are their happy words? I don't want to know their sad words now, like get over here, get in. I don't want to know that. I want to know what makes your dog or cat happy. Is it treats, cookies, food, daddy's home, mommy's home? You want to go for a walk? I got a story coming up on this a little bit later as well. But what are the words or word that make your dogs really, really happy? Come on, every pet guardian out there knows certain words that really get their dog jumping. So give me a call. Let me know. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Again, for those people that may not be aware, we are now broadcasting the Pet Show live as I'm doing it right now. I see my face at youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. I'll see if I can take some questions from there as well, but great time to sign on. So looking forward to answering all of your pet and animal questions today. And by the way, we all know it's hot outside. And I talked about this last week, and I'm going to mention it again. And just the other day, I was walking in Santa Monica, you know, my hometown, down at the beach area. And it was hot. I mean, it was hot as heck down there. And here was someone walking, I believe it was an Old English sheepdog, one of my favorite breeds, by the way. If you're not aware of this, if anyone out there ever saw the movie Serpico, those dogs were trained by me, all the dogs in the movie Serpico. But anyway, besides bragging a little bit, they shaved the dog down. And I said to Denise, who was walking with me, why would someone do that? Don't people understand the concept that we may be bright? We may think we're the smartest thing in the world, but Mother Nature knows better? The longer hair on the dog, excuse me, or the cat, is actually a way of keeping them cooler. You see, by the time the heat goes through all of the coat and reaches the dog or cat's skin, it has the opportunity to cool off. On the other side of the spectrum, in the wintertime, it has the opportunity to heat up before it gets to the skin. So please don't shave your pets down. You want to trim around the eyes a little bit, around the butt a little bit. I get it. I understand that. But don't shave your dog and cats down. First of all, they shouldn't be out that much in the heat to begin with, but it's really Mother Nature's way of keeping your dogs the way they should be feeling. Again, great time to call me, 866-870-KRLA. If you agree or disagree, that's what this show's about, conversation. I love to talk to you people, and sometimes you guys have amazing ideas as well. Again, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away. Again, I will take some calls at YouTube if you want to send it there, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. Feeling good today. A lot of energy. Sometimes on Saturdays I don't have all the energy, but I feel great today. I'm an early riser. I get up 3:30 every single morning. But I also take a nap every afternoon at 2 o'clock. But today, I got a lot of energy. Maybe it's because I drank some real coffee today, Alex. I did. I blew my promise that I wasn't going to drink anything. Yeah, I know I blew my promise. I promised I wasn't going to drink anything but decaffeinated coffee. Then this morning I got up and I looked at the decaf coffee and my Keurig machine, and I looked at the regular coffee that Denise uses, and I said, can't do it. Can't do it. I need regular coffee today. So I had my cup of regular coffee, so if I sound a little speedy, you know why. 866-870-KRLA, that is the phone number. Let's take a phone call right now from my friend Linda in Los Angeles. Hey, Linda, welcome to the Pet Show.
Yes, hello, Warren. It's good to hear your cheerful voice. Thank you for taking my call.
It's my joy. What can I do for you?
Well, Rocky, my cat, has been giving me a big problem. For a couple of years, he was happy with the cat food that I was giving him. And then he just stopped eating it. He just refused to eat it. So I bought him Lucy. I bought him the Lucy cat food. He liked it for a few days and then didn't want to eat it anymore. I tried other bags of food, a couple of other bags of food. Just nibbled on them and then just didn't want.
All right, so Linda, let me resolve this for you. This is not your cat's problem. This is Linda's problem. In other words, if I didn't eat, or someone didn't eat what they were served every day, and you kept changing the food, why should they eat the food? I mean, unless you're talking that the cat's not eating for 3 days in a row or 2.5 days in a row, that's one perspective. But every time you change the cat's food, you're reinforcing the cat's reasoning for not eating it.
Well, I've left it out. I've left it out. I've left the other. I left several bowls of food out.
Leaving after he's walked away. No, here's what you need to do. Let's get the cat to eat a little bit. Okay, I'm going to send you something. Before we do that, here's what I want you to try. Let's take the Lucy pet food, and let's heat it up before you give it to them. But before you heat it up, what I'd like you to do is overnight, just take a little plastic container, put some really smelly stuff on one side. I don't care if it's chicken, and whatever it is. Separate it so that the dog food or the Lucy food's on the other side. Leave it in the refrigerator overnight. Nuke it in the morning or microwave it in the morning for maybe 2 or 3 seconds. Make sure it's nice and cool. Then give it to the cat. I'm going to talk about this later too, but cats eat with their nose. So it's also part of a problem. And I had this not too long ago. And I'm so glad I do this show because, and I don't know if it's any egotistical, but sometimes people don't get it. Sometimes if you have a cat that eats normally and all of a sudden the cat stops eating normally, it could be indicative that their nose is clogged up or they have a little bit of a cold. Because cats, again, as I said, eat with their nose, not their mouth. So if your cat all of a sudden or gradually stopped eating, maybe a quick conversation with the vet. Recently, I had a client calling, I think it was from New Hampshire, and basically I sent them to the vet. I recommended, go to your vet. They cleared out the nose, and their little cat is now getting too chubby because he started eating again. So that's one of the things I would try. But also, before we do anything, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, he watches me when I eat. He sits there and looks at me like he wants my food.
That's exactly what I'm saying. He does want your food. Why? In other words, he's getting bored of his food, and that's okay. I understand that, but it's much safer for the cat to eat the cat food. So he's obviously hungry. I'm assuming he's been to the vet. I'm assuming he doesn't have teeth or gum problems. That could be part of it as well, which can sometimes indicate when a cat stops eating. So the gums, the teeth, all that should be checked. But I want you to check with the vet. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do, Linda, I'm putting you on hold, and I'm going to send you a product that's absolutely amazing. I'm going to send you some of Lucy Pet's kitty lickies. What I want you to do with the kitty lickies, I mean, Alex, tell me, your cats love kitty lickies, right, Alex, all the time? So what you can do if you have a finicky cat is take the kitty lickies, just put a little of the kitty lickies over the food. Again, pop it in the microwave for a couple of seconds, and that should help as well. But I think you might have a conversation with the vet. I don't know if you had the cat's teeth checked or the gums checked or maybe just the stuffed nose. And a lot of people don't realize that. I mean, I know, again, I don't want to sound like the know-it-all, but I've been doing this show for a whole bunch of years, over 41 years now. And very frequently I'll get a question about a cat that stopped eating and occasionally a dog. And as soon as the vet cleared their nose, they started eating again. Phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Plenty of time for your calls. I got hugs and kisses to give away, Lucy pet food. You just heard me give away some kitty lickies, Arthrosuit Gold for hips and joints, copies of my best-selling books, either dog or cat, hemp seed oil, those absolutely amazing t-shirts that say none of my friends walk upright. Plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. A quick break and then right back. You just heard me talk about it. You've heard me talk about Lucy. And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. That phone number with questions and comments, 866-870-KRLA. That's 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through to the show. So, I was reading a story this week on what words make your pets happy. There was a 3-month study done in England, and they talked to over 5,000 pet guardians, and these are the 5 words that they felt that the dogs felt the happiest about hearing. Not only felt, they actually did a study where the dog's heart rate would increase. That makes them happy. Now, the number 1 word was walkies. Now, this is in England. You remember walkies is a big thing in England, but I guess we could transfer that to walk. I'm sure a lot of people's dogs get real excited when they hear the word walk. How about dinner, food, or eat? Number 3 would be treat. Number 4 would be get it. And number 5 would be fetch. I don't know. These are the 5 words that came out. Walkies, dinner, food, eat, treat, get it, and fetch. I don't think those are all the words. I don't think those. So help me out. By the way, they found out that dogs that respond mostly to those happy words are French Bulldogs, Beagles, Rottweilers, Labrador Retrievers, and Dachshunds. So this is my question to you guys. I don't agree with walkies, dinner, food, eat, treat, get it, and fetch. So what is your pet's happy word? Give me a call. Tell me your pet's happy word, and a great gift will be on its way to you. Either hugs and kisses, Lucy pet food, T-shirt, whatever. Great time to give me a call. What is your dog or cat's happy word? Let me know. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. 866-870-5752. And again, if you want to see the face behind the mic, it's kind of looking good today. You can check out youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. Sometimes people say to me, sometimes you say Eckstein, and sometimes you say Eckstein. What is your name? And I got to be honest with you, I don't know. My father said Eckstein. My mother said Eckstein. And now you know the rest of the story is why I grew up as neurotic as I am. All right, let's take another phone call right now. We're going to go to Brenda, then we got Rosalind, Cynthia, and Bonnie. But right now, Brenda in Long Beach. Welcome to the Pet Show, Brenda.
Good to talk to you. I've spoken to you 1,000 times in my head, and I finally called in. So he's a white, long-haired, beautiful terrier, has been itching for years. I had him on Apoquel, looked it up, not good. Put him on Cyto Point, very expensive, doesn't last. He still itches. What is it nutritionally? His poop is really has always been very soft, and I'm wondering if maybe it has something to do with, probiotics would help him. And
yeah, you have come.
Right all the time on the radio, and they
yeah. You can hear it all. You can hear it all the time. Let me tell you.
Stop the itching.
Let me tell you the difference. I don't care what you hear on the radio. Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplements. This is mine. All right. It has my face. It has my endorsement and signature on every box and every jar. And you know why? Because I developed it, and I believe in it. It was developed over 30 years ago and remade about a year and a half ago, and what an incredible product. So let's go over a couple of things, okay? Number 1, in terms of the scratching and the itching. The 2 most important things, 2 best products to resolve itching and scratching on a dog or a cat is biotin and lecithin. And in the Hugs and Kisses vitamin mineral supplement, we don't just have biotin or lecithin, there's actually both. In terms of the hips and joints, we have glucosamine, we have chondroitin in it.
So it's all nutritional then?
Exactly right. In other words, it helps with you could be feeding the best food, but if it's not absorbed properly, what's the point? So what I'm going to do, Brenda, because you sound like a lovely, lovely lady. What kind of dog did you say it was?
He's a long-haired, knee-high white terrier. Beautiful animal.
I'm sure he's absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do, if you promise to call me back in about 3 or 4 weeks and let me know how he's doing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on hold, and you're going to be speaking to the lovely Suzette. And by the way, be nice to Suzette. She's an incredible, incredible lady. You'll be speaking to Suzette, and Suzette's going to get your name. She's going to get your address, and we're going to send you a jar of my own Hugs and Kisses of vitamin mineral supplement treats to help her out. And you hear a lot of stuff on the radio, but let me tell you, you know how important my reputation is. I've been talking to you for 15 years on the Today Show, 16 years on Regis and Kathy Lee, the Creature Keeper on the Mickey Mouse. And I don't say that just to sound egotistical. egotistical. I'm telling you that because when I put my name on something, you better believe that I believe in it 100%. Even my sponsors here on the Pet Show, every single sponsor you hear me talk about on the Pet Show, whether it be Lucy Pet Food, whether it be Nature Vet, whether it be Delta Rescue, whatever you hear me talk about, these are organizations that I've known for many, many years, and organizations and groups and products that I truly believe in. Otherwise, you would never hear me talk about that. But I think most people know that by now after watching me and listening to me all these years, that if I don't believe in something, you're never going to hear it come out of my voice. Take a quick break. We'll get back to all your calls. The phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Great time to give me a call. Again, as you just heard me say, I just gave away some Hugs and Kisses supplements. I got Lucy Pet Food to give away, Arthritis Gold for hips and joints, copies of my best-selling books, and those T-shirts. I can't keep them in stock. People love them. They're now in all different colors, so check out those T-shirts. They're available at my website, thepetshow.com, and the money goes to the Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund, my own nonprofit helping small organizations around the country. So check it out. The T-shirts available at thepetshow.com, thepetshow.com. Again, the number here, 866-870-KRLA. Speaking about helping animals, Ah, the bird is away. We're back on the Pet Show on Warren Eckstein on this beautiful hot Saturday. Remember to keep your pets inside when it's hot outside. And remember, certain dogs need sunscreen. And cats as well. Hey, great time to give me a call. I got plenty of time for your calls. Lots of great stuff to give away. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. 866-870-5752. So come on. Am I right here? Does no one's dog or cat out there have a word that really makes them absolutely go happy and crazy? What's your dog's happy, crazy word, or your cat? Give me a call. Let me know. I'll send you a great gift. 866-870-KRLA. 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through to the show. Hey, by the way, still coming up, we're going to take a look at why so many dogs are showing more aggression right now than before. And why does your dog enjoy smelling you? It's an interesting story. You know, it sounds like funny. Okay, Warren's going to talk about my dog smells me, but there's a lot there, an awful lot there. Let's get back to the phone lines here. Let's go to Roslyn, Long Beach. Hey, Roslyn, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, Warren. It's nice talking with you.
Same here. What can I do for you, Roslyn?
Well, I'm calling about my cat, Simon. He's 17 years old.
God bless you, 17. My goodness.
Yes. Recently diagnosed as hyperthyroid.
Yeah?
Can you hear me?
I'm listening.
And I have to give him a half a pill twice a day. And I'm afraid of him becoming afraid of me because I have to pick him up and put him on my lap and open his mouth, and then now he's beginning to struggle.
Let me ask you a question. When you spoke to your vet and the vet recommended this medication for your cat, did the vet ever mention the term compounding pharmacy?
Yes.
So what, did you try that?
No, she said try this first.
Okay, well, obviously you tried this first and you're not doing well. First of all, the cat's probably not getting all the medication. And number two, as you said, you're establishing a negative scenario with the cat. And if the cat's 17, it's probably going to be on medication its whole life. So what I would recommend, is there a favorite food that your cat loves or did like? What I would do is I would contact a compounding pharmacy. They can take whatever medication your vet prescribed. They can put it in powder form. They can put it in a pill form. They can put it in a liquid form in most cases. And this way, what you can do is you can give your cat the medication without establishing this negative relationship, which obviously you don't want. I'm sure the cat's not thrilled about it. He's 17 years old. So that would be my recommendation. Over the years, I've adopted dogs that were 18 years old. I adopted a cat that was once 19 years old. And sometimes they are on medication, diabetic dogs, and so very often I'm a big fan of compounding pharmacies, especially if you're going to be on a medication or your pet's going to be on a medication for a relatively long period of time. It makes it a whole lot easier, and again, more importantly, as a behaviorist, it doesn't establish that negative relationship between you and your pet, Rosa.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
That's definitely the way. 17 years old. God bless you. Have you had him since he was a kitten? Rosalind?
Yes?
Have you had your cat since it was a kitten?
I can't hear you.
Have you had your cat since it was a kitten?
Yes.
So you've had it almost 17 years?
Yes.
God bless you. I'm trying to think of what I was.
I want to say something about the food.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, because of the shortages, they usually get chicken, but I haven't been able to get chicken. So they've been on tuna, a lot of tuna for all of 21 and 23, 22. And I think the tuna is too much fish for him, and I think his thyroid was just too sensitive, and that's why he became hyperthyroid.
Well, that's I'm not. That's a little above my pay grade. That's some great conversation to have with your vet. But anyway, anytime you feed them too much of one thing, it's they like changes as much as we do. But anyway, I want you to go to that compounding pharmacy. I'm going to put you on hold. I don't want to send you any food items for him right now. At this point, you know what? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to send you some kitty lickies. I want you to run it by the vet. But I'm going to send you some of the kitty lickies from my good friends over at Lucy Pet Food, because that may encourage him to eat as well. I'm just not sure about the thyroid. So check that with your vet, but some kitty lickies on its way to you, and I do appreciate that phone call. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number, 866-870-5752. Come on, guys. You don't have happy words for your dogs and your cats? All I got to do to Molly and Willie is say, hey, Denise is home, and they freak out. Come on, give me a happy word here. What words make your pet really happy? I told you the study said dinner, food, eat. You want a treat, get it, fetch. I don't buy all those. There's got to be nicer words and more exciting words you use with your dogs and your cats. With Molly and Willa, hey, let's go to bed, guys, and they're right behind me. So they have so many happy words. Give me a happy word for your dog or cat, and I will send you a great gift. I promise. All right, let's go to Santa Clarita. Cynthia, welcome to the Pet Show, Cynthia.
Warren?
Hi.
Hi. I'm so glad to talk with you. You've helped me many times. And thank you for your service, and your show helps so many animals. And you're really doing such great things with your life.
Well, thank you.
I would like to ask a question about my dog that I feed him in the kitchen, but he takes pieces of it out of the plate and brings it to the carpet and eats it there off the carpet, which, of course, I don't want him to do.
Has this always been going on since you've had him?
No, it seems more recent.
Any changes in your household? New dog, new cat, new dog moved next door, anything like that at all?
Well, we moved about 5 months ago.
Okay. So, in other words, very often a dog will move their food. Psychologically, sometimes when they go from one location to another location, they will take their food and move it from where their food dish is to a place that they feel is a lot safer. Was he doing this at the old location
Sorry,
as well?
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Warren.
Was he doing it at the old location as well?
Occasionally.
Okay, but it's more than occasionally at the new location. So it sounds to me,
Seems like every day.
Have you had him since he was a puppy?
No, since he was 3.
Okay, so you don't any background on him? You don't know how many were in his litter or anything like that?
I don't.
Okay. Very often, this is a situation that comes up occasionally, but more occasionally when you move. The reason for that is if he came from an excessively large litter or a litter where there was a couple of bullies, very often it would get a dog to take their food, move it to another location for fear of something negative happening at their food bowl. Just the fact that it's sporadic behavior doesn't make any difference. Dogs react differently than people do. So it's kind of difficult. What I would do at this point is I would take 2 food dishes. I would put the food in his normal dish at the location, and I would take a second bowl temporarily and put that second bowl where he's eating on the carpet. Let's see if that doesn't make a difference, and gradually you can move that second bowl back a little bit at a time, just maybe an inch or 2 or a half a foot, and get it back to where you go. But it sounds to me like at some point in his life he was either challenged or threatened about his food, therefore picking it up and moving it to a different location is important. But also, if the dog, there's another aspect of it. If the dog was a stray for a while, sometimes what they'll do is they'll take their food and they'll move it to a different location, kind of as a hiding. They'll eat it at a different location because they don't want other animals or predators in the area to smell the food they're eating. So they'll take it from where the main food is and move it to a different location. So I think that's all that's going on here. I hope that helps you out, Cynthia.
It does. There's a little bit of a complication, though, and that's that I have another dog that is very much into food. And I'm afraid he would start going for, the other dish I put out.
Well, what I would do then is at least temporarily, is have the dog, when you put the second dish down, maybe you can take that dog and put him in a different room, hang out with him somewhere else, make it a fun place for him so he doesn't become jealous of the other dog. But you have to get that other dog to start realizing that the food in the dish is safe to eat. And by moving a second dish to that new area, you're going to trigger that because dogs learn through association.
Okay. That sounds good.
How many? So you have 2 dogs?
2 dogs, yes.
What are their names and how old are they?
Well, I have Timothy. He's the one that moves his food, and he's 13. And Bobo is 12.
My mother had a dog named Bobo. So what are their favorite words? If you had a favorite word, if you could say one word that would make them happy and feel good, what would that word be?
It's not a specific word. It's certain times of day. Like when we first get up in the morning, that's our playtime. And I'm on the bed with them, and we're wrestling around and hugging and kissing, and they just love that time, especially in the morning. But, there's a lot of words that they think, are good. They know it's time to get fed. They know that, and they know treats.
That's the first thing they learn. The first thing they learn.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
the second thing they learn is, well, I'm going to tell you why every dog in America may not sit, may not stay, but every dog in America will shake hands with you. I'll tell you why a little bit later. But anyway, don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Let me put you on hold, and I am going to send you for your dog, a 13-year-old dog. You know what? I'm going to send you some hemp seed calming oil. It may help with the digestion as well. So it's on its way to you. Some hemp seed calming oil from my friends at Nature Vet. The phone number here at the Pet Show. Great time to give me a call. 866-870-KRLA. As I said, everyone that calls in, we got a great gift. One of the few shows I can do this because I have the greatest sponsors in the world. So I got hugs and kisses to give away. And many of the items are worth $40, $45. I got a Lucy Pet Food, Author's Food Gold, copies of my best-selling books. You heard me with those T-shirts, Kitty Lickies, hemp seed oil, and so much more. Great time to give me a call, 866-870-KRLA. If you want to see the face behind it, you can go to I just started doing this a couple of weeks ago, but we're actually doing YouTube Live. So you can watch me at YouTube Live, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein, ECKSTN. Check it out now. I'll even take some questions from there as well. A quick break, then right back to your phone calls. You know, And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. Great time to call me, 866-870-KRLA. 866-870-5752. Or check out the broadcasting live at youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. So, what does your dog think about the way you smell? You know, dogs associate their guardian scent with happy thoughts. According to a new study, essentially, a dog can smell the scent of someone they like, and it causes a positive reaction in the area of the dog's brain associated with pleasure. The results suggest that human smells linger in a dog's mind, and they can associate the smell with positive reactions. So your dog is not only in love with you, he loves the way you smell as well. And it makes common sense. You know, my specialty was teaching dogs how to sniff out bombs and drugs, so I'm very familiar with their olfactory, which is so much better than ours. And they really can smell when someone's a good person, I believe, and someone's a bad person. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let's go to Bonnie. Then we got Brigitte, we got Francis, we got Martha, but right now it's Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie, welcome to the show.
Oh, hi, Warren. I am calling regarding two cats. They're my son and his wife's cats, and they're probably 5 years old, a female and a male, and they claw their furniture and everything. They've ruined their couch. They're concerned about getting another couch. And they've bought everything that they can think of, you know, like claw stands, things, different things that are recommended for cats and for their clawing.
Okay,
so
first of all,
they might not be 5. They might be more like 2 or 3.
Okay, but even though the cats are scratching, there's many different reasons cats scratch. I don't know, did they get the cats when they were young? Were they adopted cats?
You know what? A mother cat just had them in a little area in the back of their yard. So they gave a couple of the cats away, and then they kept the 2.
Okay, good. So they were separated from their other litter mates, and what often happens when a cat is separated really young, like at that age, they have scent glands on the bottom of their feet. So very often the scratching is not just a matter of scratching, it's a matter of putting scent there. But it's also a way a cat alleviates stress and anxiety by scratching. It's also a way they sharpen their claws by scratching as well. But here's what you need to do. First of all, you need to make sure there are many, many different items changed on a regular basis in the home. You can go out and spend all your money on a scratching post, but you go out and get a cardboard box from Ralph's or Vaughn's, and the cat just hit the lottery. So that's what I'm going to recommend. Have them bring in cardboard boxes. I say this every single week. Change them. Boxes are free. Get them every day. Move them around and change them. Put some catnip on them. That's going to make a big difference. What specific furniture are they scratching? Is there one area?
It's like the side of the couch.
Okay, here's what I want you to do. Tell them to go out today, get some get some wide strips of double stick tape. Take the double stick tape, put it on the area where the cats are scratching on the floor. Put some aluminum foil on top of that as well. Then what I'd like you to do is, again, take some double stick tape, put it in the area where they're scratching. When they go to scratch, it's going to stick to their feet. It's like kitty fly paper. They hate it. It doesn't hurt them. But again, that's a quick resolution, but the real resolution is making sure there's ample things in the home for them to scratch. And you can go out, as I said, and spend a lot of money, but the happiest cats are the ones whose guardians go to the supermarket and bring home cardboard boxes and paper bags on a consistent basis. Just make sure with the paper bags you cut the loops. So Grandma, that's what you need to do. It's to make all the difference in the world, but they're not scratching to be bad, so don't get angry at them. Psychologically, there are reasons for them to be scratching. Once we figure out those reasons, we can resolve them. Also, what I want you to do is, again, that double stick tape on the floor with aluminum foil. Let's try that. There are other things we can go a lot further, but let's give that a shot at the beginning. How's that sound?
Okay, so the double stick tape on the floor, but then you put a piece of aluminum on top of that?
Yes, crinkled up aluminum foil. A lot of cats don't like walking on aluminum foil. It bugs their feet. So that's what we're going to try. And then the double stick tape, when they go to scratch, it'll stick a little to their paws. It'll be a little annoying, but it's not going to hurt anybody, and they will get the idea, I promise.
Okay.
All right, Bonnie, I got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. I'm going to put you on hold. Suzette's going to pick up. I'm going to send you a copy of How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want on its way to you. A quick break, then right back to all of your phone calls. Now I'm really... And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. Here's the deal. I want to get to all your calls. I want to get to Martha. We want to get to, I think it's Begita or Begit. We'll get to you and Silmar. We want to get to Francis and Ellie, Elise and Azusa. I'm going to get to all your calls. We're going to break quickly for the top of the hour in a minute or so. And we're just going to break for a couple of minutes. So hang in there. We'll get to your calls. I got lots of great stuff to give away. Everyone that calls in and gets through to me live will get a great gift for their dog or cat. The phone number, 866-870-KRLA. Still coming up on today's show, we talked about, I want to hear some more favorite words. Come on, guys. There's got to be a favorite word. I think Elise has one. We'll talk to her in a little bit. There's got to be a favorite word. Is there one word or one phrase or one sentence that you say to your dog or cat that absolutely makes them go, puts them in a state of nirvana? Come on, you know there is. There's always that one where the ears perk up, the tail perks up. So we're going to talk about that. Also coming up, if we have time, we're going to talk about aggressive behavior as well. And any of the subjects that I don't get to, now I've really done this, and it's real important because I've set up my YouTube channel. It's been around for a long time, but I really wasn't using it. My YouTube channel has literally hundreds of videos on there that give you all kinds of information. If I don't get to something on the show, as soon as I get off, it'll be posted there. So what I'm asking you to do, doesn't cost you anything, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Literally, you can listen to this radio show at my YouTube channel. By the time I get off the air, it'll be going up there as well. So here's the bottom line. It's youtube.com/my name, Warren Eckstein, Eckstein, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. I'll be posting a lot of information there, a lot of videos there, and maybe some surprises as well. So check it out, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. We're going to take a quick break, then get back to all of your phone calls. I'm Warren Eckstein, and yes, you are listening to The Pet Show.
to stumble, but we haven't yet. Your dog is barking, your cat missed the box. Your ferret's chewed up all your favorite socks. He sure knows how to get inside your pet's head. But maybe it's you who needs to be trained instead.
And if you love animals, you have come to the right place. I'm Warren Eckstein. This is The Pet Show, folks. America's first and only real pet psychology, behavior, training, pet lifestyle show. If you have a dog or cat, you have come to the right place. Plenty of time for your calls, lots of time to answer all of your pet and animal questions. Lots of great stuff to give away. If you got a question or a comment, the phone number 866-870-KRLA. The question of the day is, what is your pet's happy word? Come on, they got to have one. What's your pet's happy word or many happy words? Give me a call. Let me know. I'll send you a great gift. I got Lucy Pet Food, those amazing T-shirts that say none of my friends walk upright, hugs and kisses, authors of gold, Kitty Licky's book, so much more. 866-870-5752. That is the way to get to it. And if you want to watch the show on YouTube, you can do that. I'll even take a question there. We're kind of new to YouTube, so check it out. This is my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Warren Eckstein. And I'm telling you, if you've not been to my YouTube channel, there are literally hundreds and hundreds of information videos. Some are fun as well. In fact, if you scroll down enough, you can catch me doing some of my pieces on the Mickey Mouse Club. You got that right. Some of those old shows are still there. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let's go to Martha first. Hey, Martha, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hello?
Hey, Martha, how are you?
Oh, momentico. Oh, I'm fine, thank you. I was calling you regarding my dog.
Yeah.
I have a pit bull. He's about 13. He just turned like 13. But he becoming like very lazy, and he just wants to be sleeping all the time. He doesn't want to eat much. Even though I give him food, he doesn't want to eat. And he cannot go up the stairs. I mean, he can, but it's kind of hard for him.
Yeah, Martha,
So
a couple of different
I
things.
changed his food to Nutrish. I don't know, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't want to eat it.
He's 13.
I
He's
was
about.
asking the lady, where could I get the one that you advertise?
Well, hey,
That you
listen,
say
he's about.
Lucy or
He's
something
about.
like that. Would that be better for him?
He's 13 years old. Okay, which means he's a little older, and as all living things get older, we tend to sleep more. We tend to have more difficulty moving. You know, the arthritis very common with certain breeds of dogs. You said this was a pitty. What kind of did you say?
He's a pit bull.
Okay, love the breed. Very often, as they get older, the way they're shaped, they can have trouble with their joints. So at 13 years old, as long as he's healthy, does he look too thin? Is he getting enough food, or is he not getting enough food? He may not be eating the way he used to, but is he too skinny, or is he good weight?
He's getting a little skinny, but that's okay. He's getting a skinny.
Okay. Have you spoken to your veterinarian at all?
No, I haven't. I haven't taken him to the vet.
Okay.
He doesn't really have a veterinarian. I have never really had taken him to a vet. Only like when he'd been sick. But other than that, he had never been sick. He had been a very healthy
But
dog.
now he's 13. He's 13 years old, and you know there are some great new medications on the market that may help him a little bit. But let me do this. I would recommend at 13 years old, you either take him to the vet or have a vet come to the house. But I'm also going to send you something that might be beneficial for him. What I'm going to do, well, there's a couple of different things that you really need. I want to send you, you know what? I'm going to send you a jar of my Hugs and Kisses for a 13-year-old dog. And here's why. Number one, you told me there's a couple of different things. Number one is that he's not eating the way he used to. The Hugs and Kisses may help stimulate the appetite a little bit. But more important than that is it has the chondroitin and glucosamine for those hips and joints, which really might be beneficial in helping him get up and down the steps. Plus, they'll help him digest his food.
The Hugs and Kisses, okay.
So I'm going to send you the Hugs and Kisses, but I really would suggest, Martha, at this point, a quick phone call to a local vet. If you have a vet check him out. You've loved this dog. You have him 13 years. It may be something minor, maybe nothing at all, it may just be age, but I think it's a good idea to have it tested. But in the meantime, I'm going to put you on hold, and a jar of the Hugs and Kisses on its way. And you give that 13-year-old Pitty a big hug and a kiss for me. God, I just love the breed. I do. I am such a big fan of Pitties. I really am. The phones are jammed. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let's go to, you know what? Let me go to Azusa first, and then we'll go to Begetta. Hey, Elise, welcome to the Pet Show.
Thank you. How are you doing today?
I am doing absolutely great. How about you?
I'm good. I have a service dog, a rescue, a yellow lab. But when her vest comes off, her play word is chill. And it's her time to do what she wants to do as a dog, because all service dogs need their playtime too.
So listen, having worked with so many service dogs in my life, I think it's great. So in other words, when she's done working, I worked all day, I came home, I'm tuckered, I took care of you all day, and now you take off her equipment, you say, hey, chill. And she knows exactly what to do.
Uniform goes off, and we say chill.
I love that. I love that. I think, first of all, I love the fact.
Just to reiterate, that sense of smell is what makes her such a good service dog. She smells. We trained her by sniffing my son's shirt, whatever he was doing when he had the seizure, and she caught hold of those pheromones. And that's how they did it.
I do. Listen, believe me, when it comes to scent, you're talking to the guy that teaches dogs to sniff out bombs. I better know their scent pretty darn well, or I wouldn't be talking to you. I think it's great. I think it's so super that you understand that dogs that are service dogs that are working need their time to unwind and relax as well, just like people. You can't. Maybe the dog can't bowl or play golf, but when you say chill, she can be herself and hang out. I think it's absolutely fabulous what you're doing. I think it's amazing.
Cool.
And the dog's working with your son?
Yeah, she's 6. We've had her since she was 6 weeks. We took her to a trainer who specifies, and we did the first basic service dog training. Then we went to specialized with an epilepsy person who trains just for that, and she's amazing. Just so you know, the first dog in America ever trained to sniff out epileptic seizures. Who do you think trained that dog? You got that right. Boston, Massachusetts, many years ago. What happened was... I'm talking to a legend, and thank you. Well, it's an interesting story, because the woman, this was before anyone had any service dogs at all, really, pretty much, except for people that might have visually challenges. So the woman lived in Boston, Massachusetts, and she would have an epileptic attack. And people would just assume that she was a junkie or she was alcoholic or whatever. And this went on and on again. So we came up with the idea, and because of my ability and knowledge of olfactory, working with some veterinarians up in Boston, we came out with the idea that this can be done. And what happened when she did have a seizure, at that point, what we did, different type of training than they do now, is we just have the dog stand over her with a vest with information about the woman, who to contact, and whatever. It's unbelievable. I get the chills just thinking about it. I don't have that ability. I'm not a kid anymore, so I don't have the ability to do that type of training I used to do. But that's what my heart and soul is every day. It's just working with the animals and making them. It's been a godsend. Yeah, it is. Anyway, so I'm trying to think, what do I want to send you? What would you like? You tell me. I want a T-shirt. On its way. I'm putting you on hold, and you're getting a T-shirt that says, "None of my friends walk upright." On its way. By the way, those T-shirts are amazing. I designed them, and everyone knows I'm totally colorblind. A bunch of animals walking across. Anyway, those T-shirts, if you order those T-shirts, I think they're like $15, and that money goes to my own Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund. I don't talk about that a lot, but my Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund is my 501c3 nonprofit, and what we do is we raise money and give it to organizations you've never heard of. The small mom and pop in Idaho, the Schnauzer Rescue in Illinois, or some group in Nebraska. These are all the 501c3 groups, but we know they have to have a white elephant sale to raise $50 to spay or neuter. We live in LA. The rescue groups here, they raise a fair amount of money, and they deserve to. But these small mom and pops, they're inundated, especially now. And so my Hugs and Kisses Animal Fund really helps them out. If you want to check it out, go to the website. It's hugsandkissesanimalfund.org, hugsandkissesanimalfund.org. This is my organization. This is the organization I started after my first wife, Faye, passed away in 1990 to help the small mom and pops, and she was very much involved with that as well. So check out hugsandkissesanimalfund.org. Phone number here at the Pet Show, 866-870 KRLA. Begita in Sylmar. Do I got the name even close?
Hello?
How do I pronounce your name?
Begita.
Yes. I barely speak English. Birgitta. You got it.
Yeah, it's Swedish. That's why.
There you go.
Swedish name. Okay, first of all, thanks for a great show. Now, I have two dogs that are brothers, Duke and Bogey, and the favorite word was either car or truck. So if I said car, they run to the car. If I said truck, they run to the truck. And if I just picked up the keys, whether it was to the car or truck. They knew exactly where that went and run to that particular thing. Now, they lived a long life till one was 17, one was 16. And they were the best of friends, and there was nothing better than riding in a car or truck. We had to go and pull them out because they didn't want to go out. So they would sit there all day if I let them. So we actually had to pull them out of the car or the truck.
So that was their happy word. You want to go for a ride in the car or you want to go for a ride in the truck? That was their favorite word.
Yeah, I will have to say car or truck.
Oh, great. Do you have any pets?
I didn't even have to say, would you want to go for a ride or in the car or truck? I just had to say car or truck.
Do you have any pets at the moment?
Yes. I have one more, Buddy, and he is he's half Shepherd and Doberman mix also.
That's quite a combination. You know, years ago, one of my favorite dogs was a dog I had rescued. It was a woman tossed a dog out of a car. I'm not telling stories. Woman passed. I was a peace officer at the time in New York State for League for Animal Protection on a voluntary basis, and a woman threw a dog out of the car. It wasn't her lucky day. She did it in front of me. I pulled over the car. I gave her a summons, but more importantly, I took the dog. It turned out the dog had distemper. Everyone said the dog's not going to make it. I said, as long as you eat him, let's keep him alive. Turned out to be Shannon, one of my favorite dogs in my whole life. Part Shepherd, part Doberman. I taught him as a drug dog, as a bomb dog. Just an amazing dog. So what an incredible combination of breeds. So you have right now, let me do this. I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you for your dog. I'm going to send you some Lucy pet food on its way to you. Great time to call me. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. I want to hear from more people with happy words. 866-870-5752. 866-870-KRLA. Still coming up, you know, I get this every week. Why does your cat poop or pee on your stuff? We'll talk about that. And I'd like to get your take on this. So, I think the divorce rate in the United States is what, 50%? Maybe it's higher, I don't know. Anyway, recently a man and a woman got divorced, and I understand that. They co-owned the dog. They purchased the dog together. When the divorce was finalized, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of money involved left, and the man refuses to pay the dog's vet's bill. I think he's a jerk. I think he's an absolute jerk. You know, you might be angry at your ex, but don't be angry at the dog. Why would you not want to help the dog? I don't get it. But anyway, this man says he's not going to take any of his money and pay for the dog's vet bill, even though he lived with the dog and he was part guardian of the dog for so many years. What a jerk. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me take a quick break. By the way, when I go to commercial, that's a great time to give me a call. 866-870-5752. Francis, Julia, Walter will get to you in just a second. But right now, I think I'm going to tell you a It's no more monkeys jumping on the bed. I know you all heard by now that Ivana Trump passed away this week as an ex-New Yorker when her and Donald were first together. Some of the amazing stuff they did in New York City. But anyway, the reason I bring Ivana Trump up is I didn't realize this. I didn't know this, but she actually was a big big dog lover, and her legacy of care for animals will continue even after she's gone. The CEO of Big Dog Ranch Rescue in Florida recently said that Ivana is in heaven now, but she's still helping save the lives of so many animals. So hats off, Ivana. Even in your death, the animals will survive. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. I'm going to go right in order. Let's go to Francis. Hey, Francis, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Francis. How are you?
I'm good today. I listen to your show every Saturday, and I find it very educational.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But get a life, will you?
So I'm calling in because you asked, what is your pet's favorite word or phrase?
Yeah.
And this is a funny one because I rescued back in 2010 a Chihuahua. And I never thought I'd ever be an owner of a Chihuahua, but I love the breed now. And so to this day, Cheetah is her name. Her favorite phrase is, let's go Chihuahua, which means outside.
So you just look at her and you go, let's go Chihuahua. And that's her favorite phrase because she knows she's going outside.
Exactly. But it's so funny because that's her breed name, but somehow she's associated with outside.
So let me ask you a question. Is this the first time you ever had the opportunity to be owned by a Chihuahua?
Yes.
And so many people once they adopt so many people I know over the years, because I was doing a lot of military training, a lot of police training, so I was doing a lot of work with big dogs, and doing a lot of training with small dogs for private people, and so many people that have had big dogs their whole lives, but then wind up adopting a Chihuahua or a small breed or a small blended breed, they don't realize how those little guys, they wiggle their way right into your heart. It's unbelievable. I mean, I have my two, Molly and Willie. Between the two of them, maybe they weigh 20 pounds. Let me tell you something. I have a California king-size bed, and I've never had both arms and both legs on the bed at the same time. As little as these dogs are, they take up so much room. So Denise goes to me, come on, Warren, you're the big trainer. You've trained 40,000 animals. Can't you get them to sleep vertically instead of horizontally? And I can't.
Yes.
It's the way they want to sleep. That's how I let. But they're amazing. Little dogs are absolutely amazing. So you have a little guy. I'm trying to think of what I want to send you for your little dog. How old is he?
I can't hear you.
How old is you? Is my microphone not working? How old is you?
Well, Cheetah will be 15 in August.
15.
And we rescued another dog in 2014, and her name is Baker, short for Bakersfield, where I adopted her from her foster mom. And she will be 10 in November.
So we want to keep them.
Cheetah's really hanging in there.
It sounds like she. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a product. It's called Arthur-Soothe Gold. It's manufactured right here in Temecula, California by good friends over at Nature Vet. Whenever we get a dog that's a little bit older, even 8, 9, 10, 13, whatever, it really is important to keep those hips and joints in the best shape. So what I'm going to do is, what was the word? You want to go outside, Chihuahua, or you want to go out, Chihuahua? What's the phrase you used?
Let's go Chihuahua.
Let's go Chihuahua. Well, I'm going to put you on hold. Let's go Chihuahua. And I am going to send you some Arthur-Soothe Gold for your Chihuahuas. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. I sent somebody Arthur-Soothe Gold a couple of weeks ago on a senior golden retriever. And I got to tell you, they called my office this week and said, Warren, what a difference. It's like night and day. The dog had difficulty getting up. He wasn't going up and down the steps. He was getting depressed. But after a couple of weeks on Arthur-Soothe Gold, what a difference we've seen. Arthur-Soothe Gold, made by Nature Vet, one of my sponsors here. I'll be talking about them in a little while. By the way, the Arthur-Soothe Gold is such a great product. I have it available on my website right now, thepetshow.com, thepetshow.com. So you can check out Arthur-Soothe Gold there as well. Let me take another phone call right now. We're going to go to Mesa, Arizona. It's got to be at least 150 there. Hey, Walter, welcome to the Pet Show.
Yeah, it's hot.
I know it's hot. Listen, I have one of my office. My assistant lives in Camp Verde. So I know, and I lived in Sedona for 15 years, and I'm telling you, people don't think of it, but northern Arizona gets pretty hot as well. Anyway, what can I do for you, Walter?
I love your show. I've been listening to it for 2 weeks now, and just incredible information and knowledge. What you were talking about, favorite words that you have for your dogs. I just kept thinking about it, and I've got so many. I think most of it is the tone of your voice when you talk to your animals. You could sit there and be doing dishes and sing a song and include their name into something, and they get excited, or let's go outside and make it exciting for them. They can sense your tone. And on the other hand, if you're upset, they can sense that as well. So I think it's just a lot of, what they're feeling from you. You can say, let's go get the mail, and they're just, if you make it exciting for them, they're going to love it.
You have a very, very valid point, because the tone is very important. In Europe, when I was going to school there, when you watch a pack of wolves in the wild, and one of the wolves start to howl, if another wolf hits that same pitch, they'll change pitch. It's almost like they're trying to vocalize together and be harmonic together. So you're absolutely right. Yeah. Tone of voice is really, really, really critical. However, on the other end of the spectrum, there are times I've worked with dogs that were so abused and heard this bad dog word, whatever the word might have been back then, or whatever word the guardian used, and even when you said that word in a happy tone, and in fact, there were times, God, I'm going into depth now. There were times in my training career where people would constantly use the dog's name. So they say, bad dog, Duke, bad. And so I had to, not only when I adopted those dogs or rescued those dogs, I literally had to change the name, because no matter what the tone, they associated that name with something bad. So there were times in my career where some of the hundreds and hundreds of dogs I've adopted, I've had to actually change the word, because the tone of voice actually went beyond, and they were actually listening to the word itself. Just amazing animals. They're just absolutely amazing. So what kind of pets do you have now, Walter?
I have 2 rehomed dogs. One is a 9-year-old Italian Greyhound. Her name is Ellie. And I just got a rehomed all-black Schnauzer. Her name is Izzy. And she's like a little teddy bear.
They're great.
Sweetheart, but you take her out on a leash and she wants to go fight.
Oh, yeah, because she's very protective of you. That 6-foot leash becomes your house. That's the bottom line. That really is. Italian Greyhound. And you said her name was what?
Yep.
You could have given her an Italian name.
Ellie.
That's the least. You could have given an Italian name to her, Giuseppe something.
Miss Ellie. She's my 3rd IG, and then this is my first Schnauzer, and I absolutely love the breed of Schnauzer.
They're great dogs. In Germany, people think of Schnauzers. People think of Schnauzers as the miniature Schnauzer, but there's also the standard Schnauzer. And in Germany, I did something called ring sport training with the giant Schnauzers. Just an amazing breed of dog. And years ago, that's why I was joking with you about the words. I trained a dog for the Italian consulate in New York City, and I had to train the dogs in Italian. Let me tell you, the last name like Eckstein, there's not a whole lot of Italian in my blood. Okay, so. I had to learn the words. Like every time the dog did something right, I had to go, bravissimo, bravo, bravo. This was in New York City. You should see the looks I got. Anyway, Walter, I got to move on, but don't go in. I'm going to put you on hold. Let's put Walter on hold. Let's send Walter. He seems like a big animal lover. Let's send him a T-shirt that says, "None of my friends walk upright." Hey, the phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Let me take a quick break before Alex throws something at me, and then right back to your phone calls. You And we are back on the Pet Show, and that's where the lion should be sleeping. Remind me to tell you the story. I wrote about it in my autobiography, Memoirs of a Pet Therapist, which is on YouTube, by the way. The time I was locked in a cage with 3 very huge lion cubs, and their mom was not thrilled. And I don't believe any of those animals should be in cages. They should all be in the wild. That's where they belong. Hey, for those people that have cats, a lot of people give their cats catnip, which is fine. Catnip's great. Not all cats will respond to catnip. About 1/3 of cats won't. But although catnip is safe for cats to ingest, it's possible for cats to have too much of the plant, so it's important to control it, how much your pet is exposed. Too much catnip can cause dizziness, diarrhea, trouble walking, or vomiting your pet, so be careful. 866-870-KRLA, the phone number. Let me get right back to the busy phone lines here, and we are going. I'm going to take you guys. I'm going to get to you, Zara in Calabasas, Elliot in L.A., Jeff in Tarzan. I want to get to you as well, but right now, let me go to La Habra and Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
How are you today?
I am good. How are you?
I could not be better. How can I help you out?
Well, we have 2 puppies. They're 18 months old now. We rescued them in L.A., 2 different litters. One was found in a homeless encampment. The other one was just an abandoned litter.
Thank you so much for doing that. I just thank you for doing that.
Oh. Well, it's our pleasure. We love them both, and it's a boy and a girl, and they are best friends. But we take them for walks, and I don't know who initiates it, really, but they both, when they see people or other dogs, they just start barking, and they're tugging at us on the leash, and they won't stop. We can't, we ask them to sit, stay. We try to give them treats. They just bark, 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 bark.
Okay, so first of all, if the dog is barking, you don't want him to bark, why would you give him a treat?
No, I mean, if per chance they start barking for a second, we try a treat, but not while they're barking.
Oh, well, forget the treat. That's number one. Number 2, when they're barking, what do you guys do?
We tell them to stop barking. No, no, no.
Okay. And do you stop at that point? Because obviously they're barking like crazy. You can't walk?
No, we can't walk, but they don't really stop. No, they don't. We just kind of tug them away from the thing that they're barking at. And then once they're away from it, then they'll calm down for a little bit until they see the next thing they want to bark at.
Now, here's one thing. I hear you saying that when they're barking like that, you're telling them to sit, stay, lie down, whatever, at which point they're so excited that they're not responding to it at all. So, in other words, by teaching them that they don't have to respond to those commands, how are you going to use those commands in the future? What you need to do is really focus on those basic training commands at home and then start incorporating them. I would take them to a park where there might be other dogs 100 yards away. Practice there. Maybe get a little bit closer a couple of days later. Practice there. Gaining that control in a situation where there's no distractions at first is important, then gradually adding those distractions can make all the difference in the world. That's number 1. Number 2, when you're taking your dogs for a walk and they start reacting, what you're doing by saying, be quiet, please, shut up, whatever you say to them, from their perspective, you're just joining in with the conversation. You're just barking alongside them. They're excited and barking, now you're excited, and they assume that you're barking alongside them. So this is a really easy problem to resolve. Number 1, secure the basic training. Go back to your basics. I'm going to send you a copy of the book. Go back to your basics. And when the dogs start barking, I want you to say nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just continue walking straight. Just go, go, go. As long as you're not paying attention to it, you're not reinforcing it. Let me explain reinforcement when it comes to dogs. Dogs are like kids. They react to either positive or negative attention. So sometimes by saying no, 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 you're actually giving them the attention and reinforcing the problem. I don't want you to say anything. If you want, you can say it's none of your concern. That's what I do, and just continue walking. But the minute you stop, you're actually reinforcing that they're barking for a reason. Very easy problem to stop. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some work on your part. You may have to stop and have a glass of Chardonnay halfway down the block. But I want you to understand that this is not a problem dog. This is an issue with dogs. Excuse me. And if you follow the advice in the book, or there's some on my website as well, but I'm going to send you a copy of the book. They're 18 months. They're young dogs. Who knows what they were exposed to early on. I know you got them young, but I want you to focus on teaching them the basics so you have a positive way to communicate them when they're doing something wrong. So don't go anywhere. I'm going to put you, Jackie. Keep me posted also on hold. I'm sending you a copy of How to Get Your Dog to Do What You Want. By the way, I know I give a lot of these books away, but the books are available if you want to buy one at the thepetshow.com, my website. Both my dog and cat book are also available at amazon.com. So How to Get Your Dog or How to Get Your Cat to Do What You Want. 866-870 KRLA, the phone number. I'm gonna do I have time? Yeah, I do have time. Let's go to Elliot in Los Angeles. Hey, Elliot, welcome to the Pet Show.
Hi, Warren. How are you?
I'm super. What about you?
I listen to your show every Saturday. I've never called before, but you hit a couple of things that I can relate to. First of all, treat and walk are two words that drive my dog crazy. There's also a third one, and that is bath. Now, the first two words gets very excited. Bath, runs and hides. He's an adoption of a 12-year-old terrier mix, and after having Rottweilers and Dobermans and German Shepherds and Labs, never had a small dog. And by the name, his name is Walter, which was the name of your caller.
Yeah, there you go, right.
But he's gotten under our skin. He's just 12 years old, and we love him to death.
What type of dog did you say he was?
That's it.
Elliot, what type of dog did you say he was?
He's a terrier mix.
Oh, we call him a blended. No, we call him blended breeds now. He's a blended breed.
Oh,
a little blended.
He's a blended breed.
A blended breed. There you go. You know what? My listeners are the most amazing people in the world. The way you've gotten your dogs and rescued dogs and cats is just absolutely incredible. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to think of what I want to send you. You know what? I'm going to put you on hold, and I am going to send you a bag of Lucy Pet Formulas for Life pet food. Keep that dog as healthy and as happy as you possibly can. Just a reminder, I got plenty of time, another 20 minutes here, so great time to give me a call. But you all know that when I get off the air here, I do my national Canadian show, which, by the way, we are now heard in Guam as well. Big in Guam. Warren's big in Guam. I'll give you that number later. If you're driving around, schlepping here, schlepping there, you have to pick stuff up and you couldn't get the call, but you got questions and want to tell me what your dog's favorite word is, I'll give you that number a little bit later on this show as well. So, yeah, you people think, wow, 2 hours. What's the big? I do 4 hours, 2 more hours right after this. And some of the calls are interesting because this is the LA show, but some of my calls coming in on the national show, from Arkansas and Alabama, it's a whole different ballgame. Some of the rural dog questions as well. The question here, by the way, is what's your pet's happy word? We're going to get to Jeff, Julia, Elliot, and Zara. Again, I'm reminding you people, and I know I'm telling you a lot about YouTube, and the reason is for so many years, the YouTube channel, I've not really used it that much, but now I'm posting an awful lot of stuff on YouTube. Let me share one other story with you. You guys know that I've been off Facebook now for 90 days? I don't know why. I've never posted anything political other than this is a dog for adoption or this is a cat for adoption, but somehow it's not there. But now, if you want to start following me on Facebook again, here's my Facebook page. Write it down. I share a lot of information there that's very, very helpful. Just started, so there'll be some posts coming up soon. But here it is. Some of the first people at my Facebook page. This is the new Facebook page. It's facebook.com/The Pet Show Radio. Facebook.com/The Pet Show Radio. Let me do that again. Facebook.com/The Pet Show Radio. I'll be sharing a lot of information there like I used to before. God knows what I don't even have any idea what they keep sending me that they're trying this, they're trying that. 90 days, and I keep getting these letters from them that obviously are not written by human beings. They're written by other people. So I'm not too happy with them at the moment. But anyway, check out the new Facebook page because it gives me the opportunity. Do you have any idea how many thousands and thousands of dogs and cats that have never would have found the home because of my Facebook pages? Dogs with 3 legs, deaf dogs, blind cats, only because of my Facebook pages. And Facebook had the audacity, without even giving me a reason or letting me know or have an opportunity to talk to somebody. It's crazy. It's crazy. You guys listen to this show. Who's gentler than me? I'm the animal guy. I don't get it. But anyway, check out the new Facebook page. It's facebook.com/The Pet Show Radio. Check it out. I'll be posting a lot of stuff there. The phone number here, 866-870-KRLA, 866-870-5752. Quick break, then right back to your phone calls. I'm Warren Eckstein, and you're listening to The Pet Show. And we are back on the Pet Show. I'm Warren Eckstein. Still got time for your calls, 866-870-KRLA. The question of the day was, what are your pet's happy words? All my words, my pet's happy words. All I hear is happy words from me. So that's, there's no negatives. It's all happy, happy, happy. 866-870-5752. That is the way to get through to the show. Let me take another phone call right now. Where am I going? Let's go to Julia in Whittier. Hey, Julia, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, Julia? How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I could not be better. How can I help you out today, or do you have a story for me?
I have two words. Okay, my dog name is a rescue, and his name is Lucas. And he could be laying down in the living room or somewhere else, and I say, I love you, Lucasito. He comes running to me, wagging his tail, and his other word is cookie. That means it's food time. So he loves cookie. He runs to the kitchen. I say, I love you, Lucasito. He comes running to me no matter where I'm at.
So all you got to do, is he listening? Is he around now?
Yes, yes.
All right, listen. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it with my New York, Long Island accent. Okay. I love you, Lucasito. Is that close?
Yes, yes.
I love
His name
you,
is Lucas, so I call him Lucasita.
Lucasita. I love you, Lucasita. Or if you say, what was the other one? Treat? Cookie?
Cookie. Now, yes. Cookie.
A lot of people.
He goes running to the kitchen.
A lot of people listening to the Pet Show right now, like Zara and Jeff, are listening with their dogs, right? Lots of people listening to the Pet Show with their dogs and their cats. But for the dog's point of view, here's how I get everyone that's listening to the show angry at me. For all those dogs listening, watch this. Cookie! There's thousands of dogs running around now getting cookies from their guardians. Great call, by the way. You give what's his real name? It's not Luke. What's his real name?
Lucas.
Lucas, okay. I'll put you on hold, and I am going to send you, for Lucas, I'm going to send you, I'm going to send you some, you know what, I'm going to send you some hemp seed joint health for him, okay? On its way to you, some hemp seed joint health on its way for Lucas. I got my listeners are the best. You guys absolutely amaze me every single week. The questions you have, the comments you have, the people that respond to me on YouTube and ask questions on YouTube, on my new Facebook page. You know, I've been doing this for a lot of years, and, you know, I've been on the radio 41 years now. It's pretty much longer than almost anyone else on the radio. 41 years of helping you cope with your pets and helping your pets cope with you. And the one thing that amazes me more than anything is you. My listeners are absolutely incredible. The amount of dogs, the amount of cats that you guys alone have literally rescued or saved from high-kill shelters or taken off the streets or however you've gotten them absolutely amazes me every single week. You guys are absolutely the best. And that's why I believe my show's been on for as long as it has and has been successful for as long as it has as well. Forget, you know, right after I get off there here on KRLA, my network shows goes to hundreds and hundreds of cities across the U.S. and Canada. Why? Because I believe that people that are in tune with their dogs and cats, people that are truly consider their dogs and cats not as the family dog or the family cat, but literally as part of the family, I believe that makes all the difference in the world. And the compassion that you, my listeners, have, the compassion that most pet guardians have is absolutely incredible. I believe that for the most part, the people I've met over the years that live with pets and say, what can we do to educate our dogs and our cats? I think very often, and this may sound a little crazed, but I really believe that our dogs and cats have taught us so much more about what being good, what being truthful, what being honest is, than we could ever teach them. You know, people often say to me, where did your education come from besides college and besides the university? Where did your education come from? It came from the over 40,000 dogs and cats and other animals I've worked with. As much as I like to think that I've taught them, they've taught me so much more than I can ever teach them. But all you need to do is remember, sometimes it's important, and I get so tired of people in the behavior field and the animal training field, and we're the dominant ones, and we're the bosses, and we have to show our dog to do this, and we have to be in charge. Why? I understand educating your pets, but let them enjoy their life. Let them enjoy life a little bit. Why do you have to be like the Gestapo all the time? You can't do this, don't jump, don't do this, don't go out, don't go in, don't eat that, don't eat that. Let them enjoy their lives. We have them for such a short period of time that every moment you can enjoy them, and every moment they can enjoy you. You should give them that opportunity. Listen, I can't remember a lot of the friends I had growing up, but I can sit here and tell you the names of every single pet I've lived with, whether it be a snake, a dog, a cat, a pig, a chicken, a duck, a hamster, every single animal that's ever had the opportunity, or I've had the opportunity of living with, I know all their names. Why? Because I've always understood this, and I understand it to this day. And yes, I may be eccentric, and I admit that I am eccentric, but I believe that we're all living things. And if we want to live on this planet together, and we want to live on this planet as neighbors, we need to understand each other. And sometimes people don't do that. They wonder, I'm the boss. Look at my dog. Look how well trained he is. He sits, he stays. Look at how good he is. He does everything I tell him. But the dog may have no personality. Give your dog the opportunity to make a few mistakes. Nothing wrong with making a few mistakes once in a while. Phone number here, 866-870-KRLA. When we come back, I'm going to get to Zara and Jeff. But I just want to remind everyone that if I don't get to your call and you're out there driving around or watching on YouTube, starting at 1 o'clock, you can start calling the following number. This is my phone number for Radio America. It goes all over the U.S., Canada. Start calling at 1 o'clock, not before. It's the same type of show. I give away the same type of gifts. So write this number down, and you can start calling at 1. By the way, L.A. always has the opportunity to be the first callers on the national show because the show starts at 5 minutes after the rest of the country. But if you call early, starting at 1:02, you'll get in. That number, 877-725-8255. 877-725-8255. 877-725-8255. Quick break, then right back to Zara and Jeff on Warren Eckstein. You're listening to The Pet Show. And we are back on the Pet Show. Let me give you that network number again. Starts at 1 o'clock, 877-725-8255. Right now, though, let's go to my friend Jeff in Tarzana. Hey, Jeff, welcome to the show.
Hi, Warren. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Jeff, what's up?
Okay. Sorry for the negative, but as you probably know, over 1 million dogs are tortured and killed in South Korea every year in the dog meat trade. After living lives of unbelievable abuse, dogs are killed by electrocution, hammer strikes to the head and necks, being hung, being beaten to death, having their throats slit.
Jeff, you're absolutely right. The atrocities that take place in Korea with the dog food industry and other countries, not only Korea, but Korea is a big part of it, is unbelievable. The abuse. I've had the ability. In fact, I have my nephew who adopted dogs right out of Korea. It's absolutely amazing to me that humans have their propensity to be so, I don't even know what the right, such monsters towards animals, any animals, but you know, the little dogs, and they pile them up in cages. You see them on their motorcycles, on their bicycles. Absolutely horrible. But the problem's been that we hear about it, but I don't think there's a whole lot of action. A lot of people that are involved with the rescue and humane community get involved and know about it. But I really still think it's a problem where the average pet guardian in America, if they knew exactly the horrors, the craziness, the insanity that's going on with the killing of these dogs in these food places. If they knew more about that, maybe we'd have more of an opportunity to react to it. And I think what we need to do is get more education out there so people know exactly what's going on. And I really appreciate a call like yours, Jeff, because it kind of triggers my mind. And now we have thousands and thousands of people that just heard what we talked about.
Yeah, and Warren, there is something coming up in South Korea. A committee was formed by the government there to decide what to do, and they are coming out with their report soon. The problem is that what I've heard, under the table kind of, is that what they're thinking of doing is phasing it out over 8 or over 15 years, which means 8 million or 15 million dogs being killed.
There you go.
Now, the city of Los Angeles has been involved in this. There's a city council resolution that was passed on this.
Jeff, let me stop you for a second, okay? I have thousands of people listening to this show. I guarantee you that 99% of them have no idea what the city council did.
Go to City Watch.
No. Why didn't City Watch come out on the news and tell the public? You're not going to get the public to go there necessarily because they don't know what's going on. Why aren't they more active in letting the people in the media know? Why didn't they contact me? Why didn't they contact ABC, NBC, CBS, KTL? Why didn't they contact them and let them know about it? There's got to be a reason, Jeff. Jeff, did I lose you? Oh, got it. Oh, is he? Okay. So anyway, Jeff, I got to move on. Let's send Jeff a T-shirt, okay? I got to move on, Jeff. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I really do appreciate the fact that you were specifically talking about it. But again, here's my problem. People in the humane community, people like me, people involved with rescue, they know what's going on in Korea, and God bless them, they have all these things that they're doing. But until it gets out to the average public, that's my problem. Who's talking to the lady walking her dog at Clover Park right next to me in Santa Monica right now? Nobody. Great call, by the way. Zara, give me a call. You've been my first caller at 877-725-8255. Give all your pets a big hug and a kiss for you, one between the ears for me. I'm Warren Eckstein. You've been listening to The Pet Show.